Local housewife and church organist Lois Griffin has revealed that she appeared in a pornographic movie back in the early 1980s.
Lois Griffin always loves playing the perfect wife, but let's be real, every time she tries to act superior, Family Guy drags her right back down and makes her eat it.
You are no longer welcome here, Lois Griffin.
But Father, I've been an active member of this church for—
Leave this house of God!
These are the times Lois got exactly what she deserved. And trust me, when karma hits Lois, it doesn't just tap her shoulder, it slaps her across the face. Season 9 episode 13 shows Lois learning the cruelest lesson of all. Even Meg can do her job better. Yeah, when Meg Griffin of all people outshines you, that's humiliation with sprinkles. It starts when Chris wrecks Peter's brand new dirt bike while trying to do a cool trick.
Chris, you idiot! Look at what you did!
You mean look what two black teenagers did when they stole Dad's bike?
Peter and Lois chew the kids out, but instead of apologizing, Meg and Chris act like being adults can't be that hard. So Lois and Peter decide to switch roles with them for a week, letting Meg and Chris handle the responsibilities of grown-ups.
You'll be the parents and we'll be the kids.
Seriously?
Yeah, that'd be awesome!
That sounds great!
That's a great idea, Lois.
Chris takes Peter's spot at the brewery, shockingly actually does a decent job.
Wow, I was kind of skeptical, but you're actually doing good work.
Well, it's a lot easier than high school, I'll tell you that.
Meanwhile, Lois is convinced Meg will crash as a housewife. Except Meg doesn't just handle it, she nails it. Dinner's ready on time, the house is spotless, and dessert is literal molten chocolate lava cake. That's Michelin star material right there, all while Lois is stuck looking like a jealous amateur.
Interesting. Seems like the kids are doing pretty well at this grown-up thing, huh? I would suggest that you suck that.
Peter and Lois eventually call off the experiment early, admitting their kids actually managed things better than they did. And Lois had to swallow the fact that her teenage daughter made her look like the dollar store version of Martha Stewart.
I just heard all of that, and I just want to say this family is fucking disintegrating.
And if Lois thought being dunked on by Meg was painful, wait until she moves to the countryside and becomes the reason illegal candy floods into town. Lois wanted a wholesome life away from crime. In season 11, episode 20, she gets exactly that, plus a basement full of illegal candy. After the Griffin's house is robbed, Peter impulsively buys a farm, because clearly, the best way to avoid crime is to move into the middle of nowhere with zero farming skills.
Look at us, Brian. Frontier people. I feel like those miners who first struck gold in San Francisco.
The family quickly learns they can't actually grow crops, raise animals, or do anything remotely farm-related.
Okay, we'll keep at it, but I think that hoe is pretty much worn out.
Well, flip it over. You can use both sides.
Then a tornado rips through, forcing them into the cellar. That's where they discover a fully stocked illegal candy lab, complete with everything but a Wonka golden ticket.
Oh my God. You mean like as in D-R-U-G-S? Aren't those I-L-L-E-G-A-L?
Instead of calling the cops, Peter decides they should start cooking, and Lois, the supposed voice of reason, actually agrees.
And it's only because I don't see any other way out of this.
Thanks, Lois. Now, this is gonna work out great.
Soon enough, the town is flooded with illegal candy, the Griffins are swimming in cash, and Brian calls them out for being part of the exact problem. Lois claimed she wanted to escape. By the time Lois realizes how far they've gone, the whole operation crashes and burns, taking their farm dream with it.
There were a lot of Rottweilers in that house.
Lois wanted to run from crime, and she ended up the one dealing candy out of her own basement. And if that wasn't humiliating enough, Lois's daddy issues come roaring back when her own father replaces her with a brand new daughter, leaving Lois Green with jealousy. Lois has never exactly been Daddy's little girl, and in season 21, episode 15, she finds out Carter is willing to play the perfect father, but just not to her. It all starts after one of Carter's oil tankers spills into the ocean, leaving sea life covered in sludge. To save face, he tries a PR stunt at an orphanage. Instead of photo ops fixing his reputation, he walks away with a brand new daughter named Tatum. Apparently, billionaires don't adopt kids, they just buy them like yachts.
Hey, how many of these orphans are really just adult little people hiding from the law?
Just the ones in large bonnets smoking cigars.
Lois is furious. Suddenly, Carter is taking Tatum shopping, painting her nails, and giving her all the daddy-daughter moments Lois never got growing up.
Not now, Lois.
What about the zoo?
I'll take you to the trading floor on Wall Street instead. Now that's a zoo.
Meanwhile, Lois gets to sit in the corner and stew like an abandoned Build-A-Bear. Things reach a breaking point at the zoo, where Carter takes Tatum for a day out. Lois, stuck babysitting, gets distracted and loses track of her new sister. Next thing you know, Tatum is chilling in the gorilla enclosure.
Oh my god! Tatum's in the gorilla pit!
Oh no! Oh, sorry, that was a bad time to yawn.
To her credit, Lois does the right thing and jumps into the pit, risking her life to distract the gorillas. She manages to save Tatum and win back a sliver of her father's respect. Carter admits he screwed up with Lois and didn't want to make the same mistake with Tatum.
The reason I've been giving Tatum so much attention is because I know how badly I screwed up with you. I was never there.
So Lois gets what she deserves, a front row seat to her father proving he can be a loving parent, just not to her. And if family drama wasn't enough, Lois takes her lies to a whole new level when she tricks Peter into a vacation that turns out to be straight-up couples therapy. If Lois ever needed proof that lying blows up in her face, Season 13, Episode 18 delivers it in the most awkward way possible. The setup sounds great. Lois tells Peter they're going on a vacation with their friends to a private island in the Bahamas. Sounds like paradise, right? But as soon as they arrive, the truth comes out. It's not a vacation, it's a couples counseling retreat.
We're going to work on your relationships. After all, this isn't just a vacation, it's a couples counseling retreat.
From the start, Peter's checked out. The group exercises are supposed to bring partners closer, but instead they just expose how little these couples actually know about each other. Lois expects Peter to flunk, but honestly, she doesn't do much better. The counselor ends up declaring that none of them are compatible. To fix this, the retreat leaders mix and match the couples into better pairings. Shockingly, some of them click a little too well. Quagmire finds new business opportunities, while Peter ends up stuck with a partner who might be sweet but definitely runs onto brain cells and a hamster wheel.
You're hopeless, Peter.
Your feet look old.
This retreat is over. Fire up the boat. We're going home.
Things spiral out of control until the retreat stages a fake revolution, complete with armed guards rounding everyone up for execution. Lois finally admits she lied about the trip, begging Peter to forgive her. Just as the bullets are about to fly, the counselor reveals it was all staged. The therapy program is complete.
Congratulations, Griffins! You did it! You've successfully completed the program.
What?
So what did Lois get out of all this? A reminder that you can't trick your husband into bonding with you. But as bad as this was, Lois sinks even lower when she takes a secret job on a phone line and ends up seducing Peter without him realizing it's her. If lying about a vacation wasn't enough, in Season 11, Episode 15, Lois manages to lie her way into the most awkward side hustle possible. After Peter blows the family's money in yet another dumb lawsuit, Lois decides she needs a job. Someone overhears her voice and offers her work in voice acting. Sounds respectable, right? Except it turns out the gig is working a phone line, the kind of line that doesn't exactly sell insurance.
Well, I have a feeling you're gonna be a big star here.
At first, Lois is embarrassed until she hears the pay. Before long, half of town is calling, including Quagmire, who treats it like Uber Eats with moaning.
Okay, you think you can fit anything else into your mouth? Alright, so now let's start filling up some other places.
But the real disaster strikes when Peter decides to give the service a call. Without realizing it's his wife, he immediately falls for her alter ego, Lois, instead of confessing, plays along. She basically catfishes her own husband.
Listen, I've had such a good time talking to you these past few times that I was thinking maybe we could meet.
Eventually, Lois sets up a meeting with Peter while wearing a cheap blonde wig. He almost cheats on his wife with his wife before she reveals the truth. Peter's furious she lied, and for once, he kind of has a point. But Lois spins it as them rediscovering passion, and they roll with it. That's peak Griffin dysfunction. And speaking of dysfunction, Lois takes parenting to a whole new low when she and Peter fake kill a holiday mascot just to break Chris's heart. Lois isn't just a bad wife, she's also a menace as a mom. Season 16, Episode 10 shows her her pulling one of the coldest parenting moves ever, literally fake killing her son's imaginary holiday hero. Back when Chris was a kid, Lois and Peter invented a character called Arthur Valentine to cheer him up after a lonely Valentine's Day. Basically, a bootleg Santa who delivers candy and cards. Sweet idea until teenage Chris is still writing love letters to a guy who doesn't exist.
Peter, it's time we have a talk with Chris. We've got to put an end to this Arthur Valentine nonsense.
I guess you're right.
Lois tries to gently tell him the truth, but Chris refuses to believe her. So what do Lois and Peter do? They dress up a dummy as Arthur, drag him outside, and run him over with a car in front of Chris.
Oh my God, he's dead! He's dead!
The plan works too well. Chris becomes catatonic, depressed, and basically loses the will to live. Congratulations, Lois. You just traumatized your son harder than every school bully combined.
Chris, you doing okay? It's Mom and Dad. We thought we'd... Awakenings!
To fix it, they stage Arthur's return, with Peter dressing up as a zombie Arthur Valentine. Chris buys it for about 5 seconds before realizing it's fake, and Lois has no choice but to finally admit the truth. Lois got exactly what she deserved, her son staring at her like she's the villain in a true crime documentary. And Lois's bad parenting doesn't stop there, because when Stewie drops his very first F-bomb, the whole town points the finger right at her. Every parent dreams about their kid's first word. In season 19, episode 1, Lois gets that milestone, but it blows up in her face when Stewie makes his big debut with the mother of all F-bombs. It happens in church, right in the middle of service. The priest is talking about Lent. Stewie doesn't get his cookie, and boom, out comes a loud and clear. The congregation gasps, parents shield their kids' ears, and instantly everyone blames Lois. After all, where else would a baby learn such creative swearing? Lois, desperate to clear her name, starts setting traps to catch the real swearer in the house. But the evidence keeps pointing back at her.
Peter, when did you become so polite?
Oh, I've been hanging out with Caillou's beta dad. In fact, I'm meeting him at the park to eat unsalted saltines on the swings.
Eventually, even her beloved grocery store bans her, and that's when she really cracks.
It's burning my eyes!
To get her temper under control, Lois checks into an anger management retreat. She tries yoga, meditation, and even picks a peaceful mantra, but of course, she can't resist. Instead of Om, her mantra turns into her favorite 4-letter word.
You mean like...
Now, Lois, let's keep things acceptable.
He wanted to act like a model mom, but Stewie exposed her as the family's swear machine, and now the entire town knows it too. But swearing in church is nothing compared to when Lois's darkest secret comes out, courtesy of news anchor Joyce Kinney.
Mommy!
Ah! Say it again! Say mommy again for Instagram! Alright.
Lois is always quick to judge everyone else, but in season 9, episode 9, her own past comes back to smack her in the face on live TV. It starts when Lois meets town's new anchor, Joyce Kinney. They hit it off, go out for drinks, and like most bad friendships, things get way too personal way too fast. With a few martinis in her system, Lois spills her darkest secret. Back in college, she starred in an adult film.
Shh, please do not say a word to anybody. I have never told anyone that, not even my husband.
Joyce promises to keep it quiet, and then blasts it across the evening news the very next day. Primetime humiliation.
I can't believe this!
Lois, you were in a
She totally betrayed me!
Suddenly, Lois is town's resident scandal, with neighbors pointing fingers, churchgoers calling her a harlot, and even God himself apparently unsubscribing.
But Father, I've been an active member of this church for—
Leave this house of God!
Desperate, Lois confronts Joyce, who reveals the betrayal was personal. Turns out Lois bullied her in high school, pantsed her in front of everyone, and basically left her traumatized. So this was revenge, years in the making. Lois didn't just make a bad friend, she created her own supervillain. But Lois flips the script. Instead of hiding, she owns it. She plays the tape for the church herself, forcing everyone to see she's not ashamed anymore. And somehow, it works. The same crowd that condemned her suddenly clapping like they just watched a TED Talk.
I know I'm a man of God, but that is hot.
Lois tried to play the victim, but she got dragged for being a bully and for her not-so-secret film career. Honestly, she deserved every bit of it. But if you thought public shame was bad, just wait until Lois fakes being blind for fame and gets exposed in front of the entire country. Lois has done a lot of shady things, but in season 20 episode 1, she manages to hit a new low, pretending to be blind just to stay famous. It starts when Lois gets LASIK eye surgery. For a while, she really is blind, and she actually makes the best of it.
I'm blind!
What do you mean you're blind? You can't see me right now?
No!
Meg convinces her to record emotional videos about seeing people for who they really are, and shockingly, the internet eats it up. Lois becomes a viral sensation, complete with a cheesy movement called I See You.
Who are these people?
My team, I See You, has exploded.
But here's where karma slides in. Lois's sight comes back. She could come clean, be grateful, and move on with her life.
Oh God, but if anybody finds out, it'll ruin my I See You brand. Peter told me he'd been doing laundry.
Instead, she decides fame tastes too sweet, so she fakes her blindness to keep the clout rolling. Suddenly, she's booking daytime talk shows and milking the sympathy spotlight like it's an ATM. Of course, the act doesn't last. When a host calls her out on live TV, Lois blows her own cover by reacting to things she's not supposed to see. The crowd turns, the brand collapses, and she's left exposed as a fraud.
Lois, are you actually blind?
Yes. I mean...
Lois craved validation so badly she lied about a disability and got roasted in front of the entire country for it. But cloud chasing wasn't her only meltdown. Lois hit true rock bottom when she obsessed over being named Customer of the Week and turned into a full-on criminal. You'd think Lois has bigger problems than coffee shop politics, but in season 19 episode 15, she spirals into full-on insanity over a bulletin board. Lois starts her morning run at her favorite cafe, where she notices the Customer of the Week board. To her horror, her face isn't on it. She's been buying lattes for years, and these baristas can't give her a gold star. Naturally, she becomes obsessed.
I've never been picked, which is fine. The thing is...
Oh boy.
Week after week, some random customer gets the honor, and Lois loses it.
Breads.
But no matter what, she keeps getting snubbed. Each announcement crushed her soul.
You know, Mom, if you really want to get noticed, you should save one of their lives.
What?
Instead of confessing, Lois goes full criminal. She kidnaps the barista, ties him up in a shed, and even drags in his poor roommates.
Hey, Lois, whatever happened to that Customer of the Week thing?
The what?
The Customer of the Week at the coffee shop. Did you ever win?
Of course, she gets caught, the cops uncover her scheme, and Lois is branded the cat-sitter tie-upper on the news. Karma strikes again. Lois's desperation for validation turned her into a literal felon. And the best part, she still didn't win Customer of the Week. I'll leave it here, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, or you'll be hit with karma. Bye.